Pastor Roy, he's New Life Church. He was up there yesterday at the county meeting. And you should listen to him talk about you.
Good morning, Roy Hagemeyer, Mohave Valley. Good morning, Chairman Lingenfelter, members of the board. Today I come to you asking for help. Some weeks ago, Jeanne Kentch came to you asking for help to eliminate certain people from the precinct committeeman position in District Number 2. Her reasoning was bad behavior.
The bad behavior if it stops.
Yet it seems to me that what we have witnessed as bad behavior is solely on the part of her and the part of the other board members of the Mohave County Republican Central Committee.
Not only was it voted in favor by the MCRCC Executive Committee to censor the PCs in question, but the Executive Committee also agreed to file a workplace injunction so that said PCs were banned from the headquarters in Bullhead City, preventing the toxic environment. The toxic environment coming from District 2 headquarters forced me to temporarily close the office until I was certain the bad behavior was eliminated. But it really isn't the Board of Supervisors. The only
Since that time, there was another vote to elect a new District 2 director, of which I was a witness, and I was called upon to give an invocation for that gathering. Sadly, the tension in that room that day of about 50 people was so thick you could have cut it with a knife. And since that time, there have been several bad attempts to get rid of more people that the board doesn't like.
The only authority the Board of Supervisors has is to create the vacancy, not approve the vacancy. They have a list, Ginny has a list, and it's up to me as to who goes on and off the list. It's up to us. It's the First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and it's up to me as to who goes on and off the list. It's up to us. It's the First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and it's up to the chairman. I will have a opinion by attorney if you'd like to,
I am beyond disappointed in the MCRCC board. They become just like what we freedom-loving conservatives dislike, Democrat socialists.
So, Ms. Kentch, if we vote to approve these vacancies, what's going to prevent you from coming back board meeting after board meeting, requesting more removals until everybody gets along?
I don't know if there's anything that's going to prevent it, their behavior.
They desire to control everyone or destroy them if they fail to step in line with their agenda.
The bad behavior if it stops.
This is a sad day for the Mohave County Republican Party.
I have no intentions of doing this. I had no intentions of doing this. You were told that I ignored them. I never did.
Talk about misinformation on the Republican Party. Everything's on tape, video.
You were told that I was a horrible person. I've done everything I can for us to work together.
Jeanne Kentch needs to resign. That will fix it. So you ask Pastor Roy what he thinks about that. He's on tape too.
I have no desire to be associated with such wicked and evil people. They are not Republicans, maybe RINOS at best. Now, I know that you are all Republicans, and I'm calling on you as elected officials to stand up for freedom and denounce this communist takeover for our party.
And it's up to me as to who goes on and off the list. It's up to us. It's the First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly,
I love this party, and I've been a member of it for many years. The Republican Party in Mohave County is not the party of Lincoln or Reagan, and they would both stand firmly against it. Ms. Kentch has been described by some as Nazi-like for creating Nazi-like conduct councils.
There isn't anything, you're right. But I'll tell you, the rest of the counties, they're all waiting for this to happen so they can also do the same thing if they need to.
We, the people of this county, will not stand for what is happening here. We will all vote so-called Republicans out of office and choose the right conservative constitutional candidates.
The bad behavior if it stops.
We just do not have the authority to remove PCs for bad behavior. That's what it boils down to. It says you're declaring it vacant. It's not vacant because I saw both those ladies at the last quarterly meeting. So they have not abandoned their position. As far as anything getting done, that new director can't get much done because they can't get in the office to do it. But I don't see it in statute as something that we have the authority to do. If you'd abandon your position, if you lost your right to vote, if you moved out of your precinct, if you changed parties, those are all things we can act on, but bad behavior we can't act on. You know, and as far as First Amendment rights, I didn't give up my First Amendment rights when I became a PC 28 years ago. I still have those rights. I have the rights to badmouth other elected officials if I so choose to do that, because that's the American way.
We read in the Bible in James 4:17, so whoever knows what is right to do and fails to do it, for him that is sin. Going along to get along will not get it in this next election. We want honest conservatives who will stand up for what is right.
Jeanne Kentch needs to resign. That will fix it. So you ask Pastor Roy what he thinks about that. He's on tape too.
And if you don't know the Constitution and you don't live by it with every decision that you make, drop out now. We have no need for you.
Thank you very much for having me.
You need to do the right thing today and stand against what is happening. If you remain silent, the tyranny in Mohave County will continue. Dietrich Bonhoeffer once said, "Silence in the face of evil is evil itself. God will not hold us guiltless. Not to speak is to speak. Not to act is to act." Thank you.
Jeanne Kentch needs to resign. That will fix it. Jeanne Kentch needs to resign. That will fix it. Jeanne Kentch needs to resign. That will fix it.